So Doug Pederson has probably had it up to here about the talk about the quarterback situation, and he kind of lashed out at the media for more questions concerning the quarterback situation and accused reporters of putting words into his mouth. Take a look at this video. Now, the only thing he had to say is, look, I'm not taking no more questions regarding the quarterback situation. I will make my decision at the end of the week. The doctors have not cleared him for contact yet, so that's all the information I'll have on you. I will have a final decision coming up during the week when it close to game time. And that's it. That's all he had to say. But the thing is this. The Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018 from the 2017 season. Okay, a lot of people say, you know what, they want more, and I agree. You know, you shouldn't be satisfied with winning one Super Bowl. You should not be satisfied with that. And I'm happy that they won the Super Bowl. I was ecstatic that they won. But at the end of the day, you have won one Super Bowl. The Cowboys have won 5, the Giants have won 4, the Redskins have 3, Eagles have 1. Okay, I'm not counting NFL championships because that was 1960 and 60, I think it was 67. That's when they began the Super Bowl. So, of an all importance, they do have 3 more NFL championships before their Super Bowl. But continue, we're talking about Super Bowls now. You, at the end of the day, for you to be put in the categories of the Patriots, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Patriots, even the Giants and the Steelers and all these other teams, you have to win multiple Super Bowls. You can't just win one Super Bowl and say, oh, we got a Super Bowl, but you only have one. Tampa Bay has one. Seattle has one. A lot of teams have one. The Jets have one. And the Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl 3. So you can't sit here and just say, well, you know what? They've won. We all got Super Bowls. Okay. Win another championship within the next 2 to 3 years. Then you can be talked about amongst the greats. Teams like the Patriots, Steelers, Cowboys, 49ers. Winning one Super Bowl isn't going to cut it. You know, and they won a Super Bowl, so and no one's taking that away from you can't take it away from me because I'm ecstatic that they won. Because you'll have all the fans say, "Oh, well, you only got one championship," and you were lucky that you'll have these people saying that. So you have to win another Super Bowl within the next couple of years, maybe next year or the year after that. Now, if you win 2 or 3 in a row, then we can talk about a dynasty. Then you could talk about being compared to one of the greats. Now, Nick Foles was the MVP. And he was the MVP of that Super Bowl. I don't think Doug Pederson has any confidence in Nick Foles whatsoever. I think he's frustrated that his starting quarterback has not been cleared. And he really wants him to play. And then you have the media in there bombarding him with questions about it. So I think that's why he's frustrated. But at the end of the day, Nick Foles is not going to, he's not all of a sudden a Hall of Fame quarterback. Because I know a lot of quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. Jeff Hostetler won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl. Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson, I mean, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He won the Super Bowl. There's quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. They are. Okay. Trent Dilfer, yeah, I mentioned him. He's won the Super Bowls. Eli Manning, he's won 2 Super Bowls. So you have quarterbacks that don't have the stellar numbers. They have won championships. So don't give me, well, you don't have to, anybody can win a Super Bowl. Doug Williams won a Super Bowl. He was the MVP. So teams have won Super Bowls with non-Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That happens. You know why that happens? Because you have talent around him. You have a defense around him. You got receivers, special teams, and it was a shootout. Nick Foles played his behind off, and I will give you that. He played like a Hall of Fame quarterback. He did. But the question is, can he keep it up for the 2018 season? Now, like I said before, I don't care about preseason football. I can care less about preseason football. It's a waste of time. I think you should do like college. Don't even have a preseason. It's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. And people say, well, you got to play in the preseason. No, you don't. Because players rarely play preseason. College football players don't have a preseason. They don't. They get right into it. Everybody doesn't play preseason. Just because you don't play preseason, or if your preseason is not as stellar, doesn't mean it's going to go through the regular season. That's why I have not this season have watched a preseason game in its entirety. I have not. I will watch the highlights and that's it, because it's a waste of time to me, because it doesn't matter. Some of these guys aren't even on the team. So why am I sitting there worrying about preseason football? In my opinion, they should extend the regular season to 18, 19 games and just cut out the preseason altogether. Just start in August. Start August 15th. Baseball goes through the spring all the way to the fall. Why not? But Doug Pederson went off on the media saying, you know what? I'm not answering your questions about it. I will let you know at the near game time. Leave me your thoughts on this. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.
Put in your mouth.
You saw the reports.
What report?
Next question.
Who here put the words in?
Next question.
I have one reporter here put the words in your mouth.
I'm not answering the question.
I know that you said you. Well, that makes no sense. You have to lump us all together.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
I'm gonna lump you all together.
Okay, well that's good. We're asking a fair question.
What's the point of this? I mean,
Exactly. What is the point of this? It's my decision.
and you're not going to discuss your decision.
No.
So why are you having a news
Not
conference?
publicly. Not publicly. I don't do that. I don't do it with any position on this team. I will not do it.
Was Carson cleared for contact?
He is not.
He has not been
Not
cleared
yet.
for contact. Okay.
Not yet.
But you know,
So Doug, if he hasn't been cleared, is it your decision to even make?
My decision to make?
I mean, if he hasn't been cleared for contact, would it even be
We
your decision?
got a lot of days left.
So if he's cleared today or tomorrow, he has enough time to prepare for the Falcons if that was the scenario.
We'll see.
Is your refusal to talk about it based on competitive advantage or just because?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I'm trying to win a football game, you know? And I don't want to put my game plan out there for everybody to see it and read it, and teams can scheme, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense, you know? So I appreciate it.
Who will take the first team reps today
You have other players who are injured and haven't been able to participate much in the preseason. Carson aside, does that concern you going into a game against a team that's pretty familiar with you and played you pretty well the last time you saw
Who
them?
are you speaking of?
Peters, Alshon Jeffrey, a couple of running backs, they haven't been on the field in the preseason. Does it concern you that they haven't been on
They haven't been on the field in games. They've been in practice. It's a difference. I've held them out of games specifically. Practice is another thing. They've practiced all training camp.
Right. Does it concern you that they didn't play in the games? It's kind of different.
Why? Why do they need to be in the game? I mean, I I've answered this question all at training camp. I've held Jason Peters, he's ready to go. I've held Darren Sproles, he's ready to go. They've practiced. They've been in our practice. Practices are a lot tougher sometimes than games are. We've seen everything we need to see.
Because of any of that, are you worried about rust in this game?
From who?
From those guys who haven't played in the games, from guys like Nelson Aguilar who missed practice, from Corey Clement who missed practice, from Matt Collins who missed practice.
Nelson's practiced all week.
Well, he missed a significant portion during training camp.
A couple weeks ago. He's back. He's fine.
So you're not worried about rust?
Are you where you want to be going into the opener in terms of guys missing time and so forth?
I feel really good about where we're at as a football team. I really do. I'm excited about this opportunity Thursday night.
The report that you, after talking to the players, decided to take down the Super Bowl thing in the locker room. Is that true? And what went into that decision?
The decision just to move on, move to 2018.
Did they come to you, or was it just part of the discussion?
A little both.
When will your quarterbacks talk with media this week? Are you concerned that you're placing them in a situation in which they'll have to answer questions about who's taking which reps?
I'm sure that day will come, yeah. I'm sure. And I'm sure you're probably going to ask.
Have to handle a bunch of questions about who will be the starting quarterback as well. By now, sorry.
That's why I rely on my man here. He does a great job.
But the quarterback whom you've decided upon is taking pretty much all the reps in practice today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. Is that correct?
It's usually how it works, yes.
Doug, you've been around Super Bowl teams both as a player and a coach. You're down to 53 now. How do you feel about this group compared to last year's group coming?
It's a different football.